There are important guests to bring in, and then there's Kurt Ainsworth, the CEO of Marucci Sports, because this is the guy everyone wants to talk to right now, and we are so excited to bring him in. Kurt, thank you so much. In case you don't know, you can find a baseball reference page. He's a former big league pitcher with the Giants and the Orioles. Kurt, thank you for taking the time. Before we get into any more of this, is this actually the name of the bat? The torpedo bat, or did the players just nickname it and the world's run with it?
Yeah, I think the players just named it that way. I mean, when we started, it was more of a bowling pin or potentially a torpedo, but I think torpedo just sounds cooler, and the players named it that, and that's what we're going with.
Okay, well, that's what it is now, the torpedo bat. We're holding two of them right here. Can you walk us through, Kurt, the origin of how these bats came to be?
Yeah, for us, and at the end of 2023, the Yankees reached out to us and said they wanted to try some new bats, some bat designs, and so they had this bowling pin bat. And we had it on field in 2024 with Giancarlo Stanton and Francisco Lindor. We just didn't make anything of it. Those guys used it, and Stanton had that great run in the playoffs last year with the 7 home runs with that bat, and then Lindor had a great year with it. But we just didn't talk about it, and then it became a thing this year when the Yankees hit all those home runs on opening weekend.
You know, Kurt, the other thing everybody keeps thinking is a Yankee thing. It's not just the Yankees. Am I correct?
That's right. A lot of teams now have data scientists, and they're looking at swings, and they're looking at pitches and where guys are, hitting the bat, where the ball's hitting the bat, and they're all trying to design new products out there to give the hitters a chance, right, against these pitchers who are coming up with new pitches, and they're all throwing 100, and the defense is all over the field right now, to where if you hit it in play, a lot of times you're out. So they're trying to fight back with that, with designing new bats to put more balls in play and have more success.
So, Kurt, I was talking earlier about the extensive work you guys put in with players, bringing them into the lab. So tell America, tell the world about when hitters come to Marucci, what happens with the lab?
Yeah, between Marucci and Victus, we've hosted over 200 players here in Baton Rouge, where they come in and you get the force plate data from the ground, you get all the markers all over your body, and it checks your swing speed, your exit speed, your launch angles, and we're able to fit players into the right bat for their body. And just as Aaron was saying on the earlier segment, Aaron Boone, I think he said it perfectly, is, even in golf, you don't use the same club every time you hit the ball. So in baseball, really a hitter should be thinking about using different bats the way they feel, or what, pitcher they're facing. If they're getting pitched a different way, one day, righty throwing hard in, they should use one bat as opposed to a lefty throwing soft away. So we're able to help the players here in this, bat performance lab that's here behind me, to where we've had some really good big name players come here, and we work with 8 clubs as well. In this, to where we can work with their hitters and their whole organization.
So these are custom bats, essentially. Yeah. So you remember Giancarlo Stanton's custom bats. So let's play a game. Kurt Ainsworth is on the mound, and I remember you pitching. Okay, so you're a former pitcher. You're facing Giancarlo Stanton with the model that you remember because you helped mold it, make it for him. How would Kurt Ainsworth attack Giancarlo Stanton using a torpedo bat?
Ooh, that was back in the day where I actually could throw the ball a little bit. Nowadays, it wouldn't go very well. And I always said I hope to be on this show as a player, but now I'm here as a CEO of a bat company, which is kind of weird. But look, I can tell you that guy can hit, and all these guys in the major leagues can hit. I mean, these are the best players in the world. So, people all the talk about the bats. I think it's great. I think it's awesome for baseball to grow the game. But at the end of the day, these guys can hit with anything. They are truly tremendous hitters, and the pitchers that they're facing, are just getting better each year.
Right, but I guess what people want to know is, does this technology, will it make average hitters great hitters? How would you answer that?
I think that's tough. I think it could make you a better hitter at certain levels, right? If you're a great player, it's almost like you're talking about golf and you're talking about blades and cavity. I think it gives somebody that right now they're using a blade, it gives them a little bit more of a cavity to hit with. So we're not talking about making the barrel of the bat wider this way. We're talking about giving them a better hitting area, side to side. So I do think there'll be a lot of players that could perform better with this. I think this is not just a fad that'll come and go. I think there'll be some form of a torpedo bat that will last in the game for quite some time now.
Hey, Kurt, I'm really curious, having been a former major league pitcher, and spent your life figuring out how to get hitters out. I want to make him hit it on the end of the bat. I want to get the guy jammed. How much has that knowledge helped you in talking with the guys that are doing the technology?
Well, look, the technology far surpasses what I would think are on the field. And, it's great to have that on-field knowledge. Our master craftsman here was a former pitcher in the major leagues as well, Brett Laxton. So, it's good to have guys that are around baseball, but the data these guys have access to now I mean, they don't miss much, right, at all. And you have all these, NASA guys and MIT guys that are behind the scenes working with the clubs.
So tell us about how
much.
deep do they go with the technology? You're talking about guys from MIT. You're talking about all these guys.
Yeah.
What are they looking at? What numbers? What degree are they going to? They're looking at everybody's at bat, balls they foul off. What are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking at everything from, spin rates against them. They're looking at their swing speeds, their launch angles. They're looking at where the ball hits the bat more often. So if you can move the mass into where the ball hits more often, it gives them a better chance for success. And in certain ways, if you remove the end of the bat, it allows some of those balls to be fouled off as opposed to be put in play. They could be out, so it gives them a chance then to now hit the next pitch on the bigger sweet spot.
How crazy has the past week been for your company?
Yeah. I mean, it's been Torpedo Tuesday today. I mean, I can tell you, it's every.
I can't even imagine. Last thing for me, do you celebrate? Like yesterday, Ellie De La Cruz said, "Hey, I use it in BP. I decided I'm going to use it in the game." And
yes, they celebrated. I can answer that for you, Kurt. Of course you celebrated it.
Look, we celebrate anything that puts baseball out there and lets it be cool and everybody talk about it. This is something that's beyond just the normal sports talk right now. This is people picking it up all over the country, and we're getting more and more messages every day about bats now. That's great for growing the game no matter what company it is. We're so fired up about how cool baseball is right now, and I think the changes of the game are helping, and we love to be a part of it as the official bats now with Marucci and Victus. We love it.
Kurt Ainsworth, awesome. The CEO of Marucci Sports. We really appreciate your time. You cleared up a lot of our questions. Outstanding stuff, and best of luck. You have to buy another factory because these things are red hot right now.
Hey, Kurt,
even the guys in the crew are trying to take it out.
Oh, they were taking it. Hey, Kurt, not a bad way to be the official bat of baseball. Break in with this kind of news.
With the torpedo bat. I'm telling you, Harold.
Look, the stars have aligned for us a lot of times along the way. This is another one. We're super blessed. So thank you guys.
No doubt.